What's up, everybody? Aaron here with Why We Love Horror for a special edition review with the Shudder original release of the Bruce Goodison directed Nick Frost starring Black Cabin. Here's the trailer. So there you have it. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Let me know if it looked good. I was somewhat interested with this right off the jump. I mean, it has Nick Frost. I'm a decent fan of some of his work, but I think he's a talented actor. I'm not the biggest Shaun of the Dead fan, sorry, but I do like him as an actor and plenty of his work. So I was interested to kind of see his turn here and what kind of reminded me of the Nicolas Cage Devil movie that came out last year where he was driving around with Joel Kinnaman. But either way, it was definitely a different approach here. Nick Frost is very, very good. I'll get that out of the way first and foremost. I think his performance is engaging. It's very, menacing. And this movie tries to kind of have some layers go with it as it goes along. Didn't quite work as well for me, if I'm being honest. It starts with a couple that is having trouble. Siobhan Carlson and Luke Norris play Patrick and Annie. Or Anne, I should say. And Anne just having a lot of trouble with Patrick. He's a cheater. He's a jerk. He's also an asshole. That's about the extent of Patrick as a character. And then Anne, is taking him back and, he's begging to come back. He's going to change all this. Some other stuff going on with Anne as the movie goes. They're at dinner with some friends, and Patrick just kind of announces they're getting married or that they're engaged now. That's Patrick for you. He's not a good guy. He's kind of an asshole. And Anne's not happy. She goes to the bathroom. Her friend helps her. And long story short, they end up leaving in a cab, a black cab, believe it or not. And Nick Frost is driving the cab, and right away, Nick kind of at first, I think he says his name is Ian. He is kind of stepping to the defense of Anne. There's some, looks, some glances between Anne and Ian in the rearview mirror and things like that. And there's just something more going on there. And Ian's stepping up, to Anne's defense because Patrick's continuing to be Patrick, which is not nice. And he's like, do you want another cab or all this? And then Anne's like, no, it's fine. And I'm just going to kind of throw up the spoilers, but I'm not going to go into super heavy spoilers. I didn't like any of these characters. So everything kind of happening with the mystery, it starts to get unfolded, and it turns out that Ian had a kid and a relationship with the kid wasn't Ian's, but Ian was taking care of the kid, and this ghost needed essentially to exchange kid because they lost their kid when they got hit by a car back in the day. And then because they were hit, the kid ran off into the woods and was never found. And so this ghost has been searching for their kid for however long on Maybelline Road, which is the last road these two passengers will ever be taking with Ian. And I'm saying it in a jumbled way to kind of give you it's given in a very jumbled way. There's a lot of very clunky flashbacks, and because I didn't really care about these characters, by the time we get to the end, so Patrick's been shocked a bunch by Ian. He ends up dying at this haunted house, and where they're going to make the exchange. And Anne, who is pregnant, it's revealed. Sorry, Anne's pregnant, and Patrick finds out because Ian's like, I recognize you, Anne, because I took you to the hospital when you were pregnant. When you found out you were pregnant, so Ian is been planting this whole time. And then while Anne's on this haunted road, the haunted ghost ends up taking her baby. So she loses her pregnancy. So Ian's plan to get out of this haunted deal ends up going awry. It all is a mess, and it all is it just doesn't work for me. Caddo Lake, we talked about a couple weeks ago. That's a movie that maybe people didn't emotionally connect to like I did, didn't hit as hard. This one, it just didn't hit very hard. It wasn't very scary. It's just kind of a lot of the cliche, like British gloomy road stuff. Yeah, and that's about as far as I'll go into spoilers. So getting to my rating. I'm not going to keep I'm going to keep this one pretty short. This would have worked as a short, kind of describing these twists and everything like that. I think that this works much better in that. But when it's extended out to a full-length movie, you kind of know where it's going. The first 20 or 30 minutes, you know where it's going once they get into the cab. And even when he's not as evil at first, and then he is, and the way the information is revealed, I just felt this movie crumbled as it went, unfortunately. And it really is a Nick Frost performance, and pretty much a Nick Frost performance only, that I can give a decent, like, I guess, watch it. But there's a lot of better movies on Shudder, better Shudder originals released this year. Daddy's Head being one of them, a few, and many others, and just overall better horror. So my ratings will come now. So, and my rating for this movie, it's going to be a very, very shaky 2.5 videotapes. I know I just kind of trashed it here. It's really hard as I'm looking back over it to care about what was happening and piece it all together, which is, a detriment of the movie. It's good enough. It's shot well enough, but it's just like, I don't know. Besides the performance of Nick Frost, and, I guess the overall twist at the end is decent, but like it's a slow 86 minutes for me. So 2.5 videotapes for me. And that is going to do it for me and my beer shirt, as we discussed, the just black cab. So thank you for watching. Continue to check out everything on the channel. We have our flagship show discussing the newest horror movie every Thursday from the previous week. We also have our flagship trivia show every Friday. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Abby, Aaron, and John will all be back on Thursday to cover the newest movie. Thank you, and have a good one.